Hello, everybody. Welcome to the 5-year anniversary episode. I appreciate you so much for being here with me as we go into our fifth or sixth. Is it fifth or sixth? Sixth season? No, fifth. I don't know. I'll look. I don't know. I'm so confused. See, because there's a lot of irony into how I'm recording this episode, right? Because when I first started this, I didn't have any equipment, so I would just talking to the bottom of my phone. Well, I'm doing that right now as well, because even though I upgraded from lapel mics to external mics to then a whole nice setup with my Rodecaster Pro and a boom arm and all that, right? Well, my one cable took a shit. And I can't record with that system right now. So I said, you know what? Let's go back to the way it is, the way we started. The way we started, man. So I'm going to sit right here at the edge of my bed, and we're just going to yap for about a half hour. And we're just going to celebrate the My Blurred Opinion brand. The name that I came up with, the first name that just popped in my head, and it's worked. I've used it for my TikTok, LinkedIn, Instagram, and of course the podcast. And it has worked, and I love it. I love it so much. And as y'all know, when I first started this, I was a different person. I didn't have a whole lot of friends. I had a few, and a few is fine. But what I have now it's beyond anything I could have imagined. And I want to get to where I'm at today and how much better of a life I have before I started after I started this podcast. But I need to take you back to the beginning. See, because when I started this, I didn't have any idea on how I was going to get guests or even if I wanted to interview anybody. I didn't even think I had any interview skills. How was I going to interview people? I'm uncomfortable, socially awkward. Well, we did it. About 10, 12 episodes, I had ideas, and then I was like, I'll interview a few of my friends, and I'm like, I guess I'll just be done with this podcast thing. It's pointless. Why am I going to keep going on? I don't have any ideas. And then I just kept catching little break after little break, right? I found podmatch.com where I got probably over 100 guests from there. And I started to it was a lot of trial and error, finding what works and what doesn't, where I would interview somebody and I'd write things down, and then I realized the best thing I could have done is not write anything at all and wing it. Because if you have empathy for someone's story, you care about what other people are going through, you could actually really talk to somebody. You can really get to know them, and you don't have to try to force anything. I have no format, as you know. As you know, also the podcast, it started on just me. Then it was, let's just see what the disability community was into. And if you remember, I wasn't a full-fledged disability advocate. I didn't even know what that was. Then I got that new job, and I learned what a disability advocate really was, and I gained disability pride. And, of course, I may have lost that job, but I gained so much knowledge and friends and just community from that. And it's all tying together. It's all connecting. And it's all starting to make sense to where now I really know who I am and what I'm supposed to be doing. But just back to the beginning stages, like I said, my next thought was I want to figure out what the disability community was up to, so that I knew how I could go about the landscape and figure out how I can approach it. And I realized there was a lot of segregation, a lot of people with disabilities kind of sticking to their disability and not venturing out to others. And I was bothered by that. See, I don't mind talking about mental health, and I don't mind talking about having a visual disability, but that's not all I want to talk about. I don't like to limit it. I don't like to have just surface conversations. I like to get really deep into it. And I like to know about the whole system, not just my area. And little by little, man, I set out and I said, I want to have every disability represented. I can't say I've covered every condition, but every real known condition, they've been covered. Somebody on here has had it. And for the ones that I haven't, and you're out there, you haven't heard your condition talked about, please reach out to me and come on. It's just I haven't found somebody yet, or I've never heard of that condition. But I'm very proud of that as well. There's there's multiple things I'm very proud of with this show. It's being able to include everybody. It's, I didn't, the only thing that I sought after is to try to include every disability, but I didn't do it as far as racially. It just so happily worked out that way. And I'm proud. I'm damn sure proud of that. And I'm also proud of how many weeks consistently. This will be 260 straight weeks that we have put out an episode. And I have another 7 done. Every time I wanted to give up, one of you guys or God or whoever got in my ear and said, you can't. And I came back. And I'm damn proud of that. And again, along the way, as I kind of started having so many people with disabilities, then I wanted to have parents who, took care of those with disabilities. Then I wanted to do more than just a disability. I wanted homelessness, addiction, human trafficking, domestic violence. I wanted to have victims of all of these, trials and tribulations in life. And so in order to do that, I had to find them. And again, I'm a person who didn't think I had any confidence in being able to interview anybody. Well, I think I've done all right. I'll even get myself a little pat on the back. But I'm so happy how things have turned out. And yeah, I don't love every episode. Hell, I've showed every emotion on this thing. I've cried. I've showed joy. I've showed anger and frustration. I've even gotten high on this podcast. And I've only ever been high once in my entire life, and it was accidental, and it was on the podcast. You're welcome. But I care so much about this podcast. I really do. I care about having this safe space, because that's what I wanted this to be, a safe space for all of us to be ourselves without any judgment. It's really what it is. This has been a 5-year journey of me finding myself and bringing you guys in, and me getting comfortable with the idea of who I am and who I'm meant to be, and loving myself and accepting myself. I still struggle every day, physically and mentally, but I always pull myself back up. And something I will never ever forget is any person who ever listened to a second of any episode, you have helped get me through some really tough times, even if you don't know it. I know you may think, oh man, hey, thank you for getting us through times. Thank you for being who you are, right? But it goes both ways. Without the audience, without the guests, there is no show. There is none. I don't want to talk to myself. I love Bullet, my cat, but I don't want to talk to him all the time, and I can do that without recording. So you guys help me. You help me to go on. You help me to, pursue this. Yeah, God plays a part. I play a part, but you do too. I need you to know that. This podcast has been something that a lot of people didn't take serious in the beginning, including my family. Oh, your cute little hobby. Yeah, it's just a podcast. Why do you care, right? But every day I get somebody telling me how much I helped them. And that means everything. Everything. I don't know what I thought this was all going to turn out to be. I don't know. I was winging it. I was just trying to get my voice out there. I was trying to be heard. The hardest thing in this world to obtain is to just be heard. And damn it, we've been heard. And even though they try and try to silence us, they can't. See, I lost my voice as a child, and I will never lose it again. I will say anything I feel like saying because I know my intentions are pure. My execution isn't always the greatest. I won't lie because I'm not a politically correct person, but I will say how I feel. And so, as the podcast has grown and as time is going on, I have, just as a person. And it's so great to see because where I once was, I was lost, trying to figure out what the hell I'm going to do. You know, I got fired from a job and I was just, I still felt like, who the hell's going to hire me? Poor little disabled man, right? Now, I'm weighing my options. I'm playing the field. I'm a free agent. And I'm a desired free agent at that. And I believe I deserve the best. And in order for me to settle, I'm only going to settle for the best. Whether it's jobs, a woman, anything. Because I deserve it. As do you. See, this stuff is therapy for me. This show, TikTok, all that is therapy for me. And when I talk to you guys, I'm also talking to myself a lot of times. I need y'all to know that. Because I am not that far removed from some of my darkest days. Last year, I did an episode called My Mental Health Breakdown. That was less than 8 months ago. Maybe 6 months ago. I was in a bad way. I didn't know if I'd even get out. I'll be honest. I was drowning in my pain. Drowning in my depression. My anxiety was so bad. I wanted to give up every day that I was going through it. See, I quit my antidepressants cold turkey. After day 42, I couldn't do it anymore. I gave in. I got to the point where I was even checking the trash can if I could find any of my old antidepressants because I couldn't deal with it anymore. Like I was almost a full-blown addict. It was so odd and so surreal at the same time. There was a moment where I came home after being at work, just couldn't wait to get home. Couldn't focus on one thought or another. I get home, open the door, my demons are at the top of the steps. I'm like, let me just get to my bed. Get to my bed, my demons basically pick up the covers and just say, come on in with us. Come cuddle. And I wanted to die. I really did. I wanted to end it all that day. But after 10 seconds of feeling that way, I said, that's not happening. That's not happening. That is not happening. Cut the shit. That is not happening. So I share these personal moments with you because I got nothing to give you other than who I am. And my whole goal is to try to keep others alive by sharing my pain. As I like to say, I like to turn my pain into something beautiful. The fact that I'm still here and I made it through that, I feel so much stronger. I'm not saying I'm indestructible. I'm not saying I'm untouchable. But I feel so much stronger than I once was. And another irony to this episode is because going back to quitting my antidepressants cold turkey last year, I'm trying to slowly do it this year, but I'm doing it differently. I'm not doing it cold turkey because I found a couple supplements that are working together and they're helping me. And that is especially rhodiola rosea and then mixed with some ashwagandha. And it's really been calming me down and making me feel good and happy about life. And I really love life. I love myself and respect myself. And really, really just look forward to every second I have now. I'm not saying I don't have any stress. It's just I'm not stressed out all the time. I'm not worrying about every little thing. I'm just looking at life, looking at my demons in the eyes and saying, what else you got? Because this shit ain't going to stop me. And I just hope if there's anything you got from me, just know that nothing I have is easy. But we just never give up. I think about every one of y'all who may or may not be affected by my content, may see me or in this case, listen to me, and you go, what's up with him? Because the thing is, there could be a ricochet effect. What happens if I give up? How many people who look at me as a strong person, how many of them will give up? I don't know. Obviously, you hope none, but when you're in a bad place, you don't think about that. You don't think about that. But I do. Because a lot of times when your demons are screaming at you, you can't hear your phone ringing. You can't hear people talking to you. The only thing you can hear is what the demons are telling you, and it's usually awful shit. Just a bunch of lies and tricks. They're the ultimate magicians. They can make you feel so certain about something when it's couldn't be further from the truth. And that's terrifying. That's why I take medication in the first place, because how scary is that? That you know that you're fine. You know that it's all bullshit. But you can't change your feeling. That's scary. And I advocate so hard for mental health because I need people to know that this shit ain't fun. But it's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to share your pain. It's okay to be transparent and put your pain out there so that others can know that they're not alone, man. Because there are people that, before they listen to this podcast, probably thought they were alone. You're not. Because if I can't relate to you, I can find someone who will. Just keep going, man. Keep going. This podcast has been nothing but a blessing to me. And, also something that has come within this 5-year ordeal. I'm saying ordeal, it makes it sound bad. But this 5-year journey, I've gotten closer to God. And as you know, I'm not a religious person. I don't push anything on anybody. You believe in whatever you believe in. But in these 5 years, I really, especially of late, his voice is a lot more vocal, and a lot more clear. Where it used to just be a whisper. And the devil's voice was a lot louder. But now I can hear him say things. Like, for instance, I started going live on TikTok. I didn't even want to go live. I heard the idea. I was like, I don't want to go live. I had a bad experience with it. What's the point of this, right? Well, I've been going live. I've met so many awesome people. Probably going to start a second support group. And more than that, we've gotten about 5,000 new followers on TikTok. And I'm making a little money off of it on top of that. And I'm pushing towards where I can make money off my content as well. And that is amazing and special. TikTok has also been a great platform for me because I've been able to take the podcast plus, just expound on it or, be able to just open it up more and talk about other things, go more in depth. Because when you're interviewing somebody, you can only talk about so much by yourself. Like, you can't really go into too much detail. So, when it comes to TikTok, I can actually go live or I can do content and just talk more about ideas. And a lot of times I get ideas from the podcast and I use it as content. And then Pod Matches, I've told you about. That's been the greatest site ever for me for finding guests. Of course, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, I've gotten so many guests. So where we are today and where we want to go forward or going forward. I have so many goals, man. So many things that we're working towards. Right? I want to move into a house. I want to fall in love. Let me change this. I'm going to move into a house. I'm going to fall in love. I'm going to grow this podcast. way bigger than I could ever imagine. I'm going to, go viral on social media and draw even more attention and attraction to us. I'm going to heal at least some of my eyes through surgeries. I'm going to heal my mental health. And I feel like there was one other thing I have written down. And I'm going to find that job that is perfect for me. And I think I'm already finding that with content creating. Because it's easy and I love it. And I'm very good at it. One change I will say I know I'm all over the place, but forgive me, that's just me and my scattered brain. But one thing that has really, really drastically changed from when you first met me, if you were there in the beginning, to now, is that I really respect and love myself. And I don't look at it like I'm conceited or anything of the sort. I look at it simply like I finally am giving myself grace, finally giving myself time, and I'm healing. That is the most important thing. And I'm not only am I healing, I'm healing at a rapid pace. And I'm so grateful for that, because healing is something special. And I know a lot of people don't get here. A lot of people don't get here, man. And I'm happy that I am. We were just talking about this on TikTok. There's a term. I'm trying to think of what it's called now. Comparative gratitude. That's what it's called. So it's when you feel like you're privileged or you have privileges and advantages of others and you don't know why, it's hard for you to accept it. Like, why do I have something at someone else? It's kind of, in a way, like survivor's guilt, right? Like, you survived something and you wonder why you're still here, instead of being like, oh my God, thank God I'm still here. And it's something I've talked about a lot of late, because I kept looking at, why don't I have these things? And then I got those things, some of them anyway. And then I'm like, well, why do I have these things from other people? So you just never give yourself any grace, any time to just breathe and just be like, shit, we got it. You just never allow yourself to have anything nice. And we're changing that. That's a huge mindset change. And that's where it's really all come from. Because as I always like to tell you, it trickles down from the top, everybody. And the top is your brain. You got to change that mindset. You got to stop feeling sorry for yourself. You got to stop saying, why me? Because just because you've been victimized in your life doesn't mean you're a victim for life. Unless you allow yourself to be. See, I refuse to let anybody treat me like a poor little disabled fella. I'm a person. I'm TJ. If you don't want to treat me like that, you can go on. Because I'm a person and I have feelings. And I matter. Yes, I am legally blind. Yes, I have mental health. Yes, I have trauma and PTSD. But I'm also a person. Those things are just a part of me. I'm not ashamed of that, but they don't define me. As your traumas do not define you. Please know that. They do not. You have a name. You are a person. And you get to be the narrator of your own story. And I now know that. And I'm happy that I do. Whether it took me 36 years or not, I'm happy that I know that. I'm very proud of the man that I've become. I think about my friend Lori, who you know and I've talked about on here. Had her mom on. Have a few episodes dedicated to her. And I don't know really what all happens to us when we're gone. I hope there's a heaven. I hope there's a place where she can look down and see what I'm becoming. Because I know she'd be proud. Because a huge part of this is for her. But she never got to live this life. No, not a long one anyway. She made it 22 years. And I do miss her very much. But I do carry her with me with everything I do. I told her I'd live the best life for us and I'll never give up. And that is still true today. She's been gone for quite a while. But she's still here. And, yeah. Before I get emotional. Again, I'll wrap it up here, guys. I know this wasn't some extravaganza or, some crazy episode or anything, but I needed to take time to just tell you how much I'm grateful for you guys. Grateful for this whole journey. And we are far from stopping. I hope we got another 5 years in us. Or beyond. I got a bunch more episodes recorded. I put them all on hold just to take this moment in time to talk to you. I thought about doing many different other things. My original idea was have grandma on for the 5 year, and that'll happen. But she said I have to find a job first. And so that we're very close to doing. But anyway, I really, for any of you who have been here with me through any part of this journey, thank you so much. You've helped me in more ways than you know. Just because I don't know you, maybe I do, maybe I don't, but that's to say I don't know you. I don't need to know you to tell you thank you. To just let you know that you have really helped me in my life. You've helped me to be strong. I know there's a lot of people that look to me as a strong person that, if I can do it, you can do it. I'm so thankful for that. Because I'll be honest, there's some days where I go, me strong? You look at me as somebody you should look up to? I don't know. I know that's just the demons talking, but it's still surreal being someone who for a long time didn't have any friends, and then it seems like I have unlimited friends now. And legit ones too. I treat this podcast like a safe space. I look at you guys all like family and friends. And I'm not going to let just time pass without me showing you a little gratitude and saying thank you. Because you deserve that. You're out there, you listen to my voice. Who am I? Yeah, I'm a good person, but who am I? You're taking the time to just listen to me. Listen to my friends. And that means something. There may not be a lot of people out here that will do this because they forget where they came from. I don't. My demons, they hover over me. That dark cloud is up there. It may not be close right now, but it's up there. And no matter what they tell me, I know where I used to be. And I was a shell of a person. And I went from a happy-go-lucky, joyful kid to somebody who went through abuse and was just sad all the time, angry. And did anything to try to hide within his shell so that no one could see who he truly is. And now, all my masks have been removed. There is no, hiding anymore. My scars are in plain sight. And if someone judges, they can judge. Doesn't matter to me anymore. Because I love myself. And I hope you, if you're not there already, I hope you get to this point. I hope you love yourself. and appreciate who you are and what you've been through. Yeah, you haven't always made the best choices, but you know what? You're still here. You didn't give up. You want to know how I know you didn't give up? You're still fucking alive. You're still here. You could give up right now, but you won't. And I don't want you to. I want you to stick around as long as possible. I want you to put your good energy into this dark world like me, because I need you. I can't do this alone. If there is something I want you to take from this podcast, I hope you go out in your own way and you spread positivity, whatever that means. Whether it's just in your community, it doesn't have to be on social media, it doesn't have to be a podcast. Just go out and do some good. Show that chivalry and kindness and respect is not dead. Because it feels like it, but it's not. There's a few of us out here that are still holding on to that, and we won't relinquish, but we need you. Because we are outnumbered and surrounded, and we need all of you. Don't be afraid. Don't be ashamed. Don't listen to your demons. Listen to the little faint voice that eventually will get louder and louder telling you, come this way. We can do it together. So as a person whose voice you hear every day, I will say it to you. Come this way. We need you. Thank you guys for your time. Thank you for the 5 years you guys have, listened to me yap and ramble. Random thoughts, brain fog. I burped on audio multiple times accidentally. I've said some things that make myself look dumb, but you still love me anyway. And that, I can't thank you enough. So, till next time. And what I mean by next time, I mean next week. Because this is not an end. This is just a closed chapter. And we're going on to honestly, it might be a closed book. We're going on to a whole other book. But we are invigorated and we're full of passion and love, and we're only getting stronger with every day, with every episode. So I'm going to continue to ramble, so I better get out of here because my brain fog's kicking in. But thank you. I really genuinely love all of you. And I'll see y'all next week. Don't forget, I call you guys my blind spots. Thank you, the blind spots. See y'all next week. Bye, guys.